What's up, beautiful people? Today I would like to take you on a journey through this sketchbook. But first, check out my view. Isn't it amazing? No place I'd rather be. Alright, let's get to it. So this page has some watercolor and gel pens on it. Some of it's kind of glittery. I was really into these spiral-y action for a while. This is one of my favorite pages, actually. That's my middle name. Yeah. I find this page to be really appealing. Next. I went through a phase of drawing hands a lot, especially just with pen. And I like to put like sparkles and stuff on them and long nails. And of course those spirals again. This one, my friend Kenny let me tattoo on his leg. Except it's got some color in the rainbow. And then this lemon. This was just watercolor practice, seeing how they work and all. This was an acrylic. I went through a phase of drawing lips a lot too, so that's a pretty common theme in my artwork is lips, and they've got the spiral there too. More hands, of course. This is one of my favorite pages. I was in Sedona sitting in front of Natural Grocers when I was doing this with one of my favorite kinds of pen. It was really satisfying, and it started raining, so the rain kind of got onto it and made it look cool. This would be like a cool like phone background or something. And more hands. This is something that I pretty often will do. This little pattern. The movement of a dragonfly's wing. Like my brain kind of can see like a pattern wave in sounds like this, so I'll draw it. Practicing drawing flowers. I was really inspired by some of like my family's art is very similar to this style where it's got like a dark background and like floral print on top that's like really bright, so I'm very drawn to that. And then these lips. This is watercolor as well. So, and again, lots of spirals. So pretty. So sometimes I'll make like shapes out of the spirals too, so instead of it just being blobs, it like is form, becomes form. So this one became a face. And we've got some mountains over here. I really like this mountainscape. Can't go wrong with drawing nature. And then this girl, this is like very much my style. This was actually oil pastels, so it's kind of like you can rub it off a little bit. And then there's also watercolor in her hair and in the background. But she's got that spiral there, and she's kind of looking off to the side. Yeah, I like it. More hands. So I started doing like this thing for a while where like all my hands would have these like things coming off of them onto the edge of the page, so that you'll see that in other sketchbooks too, probably. These weird things. This being is kind of like creepy to me. Cat. This is like a person meditating and they realize their higher self is like a cat energy, aka me. In the background there's like a pencil drawing of a flower, but I just kind of drew over it because I didn't like feel like coloring in the flower. I really like this hand actually. These are lyrics from Death Cab for Cutie. The song is called Unobstructed Views. Don't mind that. So, it's a good song. Check out them. And then this eyeball doodle with like sacred geometry. Oops. Coming out of the pupil. Cool stuff. Next is this. Oops. And this goes with it. Because there's some words on there that matter. So this is actually one of my favorite ones in this book too. It's got like the full rainbow with each of the senses. And then consider the source. I like this hand a lot. Yeah. And then more hands. Somehow I found some mushrooms. Mushrooms! Yeah. This hand is cool. There's kind of like blue edges to it. That's a Reiki healing symbol. And then some doodles. I love this. This feels really good to me. This little section. Here I was like practicing drawing a hand at a certain angle. Here and here. So, for something later on, but this is colored pencil. I explore lots of different like tools. I use pretty much everything except for I haven't really tried out oil yet, but I really want to. It just is a lot of setup, and right now I'm more so mobile, so it's not really something I can easily do. This is actually a self-portrait. So I did like a photography project a while ago, and this is one of the photos I took, and I just loved the movement of my hair and everything, so thought it would be a good reference photo for this. And I really enjoyed doing fabric too. All the folds and stuff look really nice. So some mushrooms. I cut some stuff out for collage, so there's some stuff missing, but here's a happy little mushroom guy. And another one, that's his brother. Just an idea. I did make a painting of that. My good friend Felipe bought it. Yeah. I just like this page. It's calming. This is acrylic, this is marker. So, this is one of my favorite pages too. It's very like cosmic looking. And I love her eyes. And this little spot too, I like the spirals. There's a meditation. This actually, when I first heard this mantra, song, meditation, I was like so drawn into it and it felt so good. I will definitely link the page on here so y'all can check it out because it's really great and it feels so good. This is like a practice run for a painting I did for my friend for her birthday, Ashlyn. It's a raven and some mushrooms and leaves and stuff. Just messing around, using extra paint. Like sometimes I'll just have extra paint that I don't want to go to waste, so I'll just like slap it onto a page and see what happens. And then this was watercolor as well, and just kind of testing out what I can really accomplish with watercolor. I tend to use it kind of like more so like an acrylic, like I'll just get it wet a little bit and then do like stuff like that instead of having it be all watery like these backgrounds. Just playing with leaves, making them up as I go. These are all watercolor too. I really like this one actually. It's nice. It's like layered. This is also watercolor. Got pretty thick, but yeah, you can see like my spirals are still pretty prominent in my art. Pretty regular. I mean, the whole background is spirals too, but yeah. And then this cat woman, some alien heads, butterfly, some math. I like math. I tend to do math a lot. Dustin going in the water with his flute. Oof, I love these colors. Oh, so good. I like was in the forest for a couple days and only brought a couple colors with me. And it was these 4 colors, and these are all like the combinations I did, all the gradients for them. And I made some really nice stuff with them. More math. And that's one of the paintings that I did actually. Just kind of testing it out. This is like a view of my backyard at the time. I really like doing the curtain a lot. There's a little tomato plant and stuff. And then just sketching out some ideas for this thing. I have like this huge like wooden like head thing that I was gonna paint, but I no longer have it, so it's not happening. And that's it. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope that you feel inspired and that you enjoyed this as much as I did. I'm gonna go jump in there now. See ya!